This week on Kentucky Afield, we're capping off our 2020 spring turkey season by punching our final tag. Next, it's always tough to beat live bait.
Look at that.
That's a pretty good haul right there.
That's a ball of them.
And when it comes to bass fishing, the crawdad is king.
Oh, that's good fish right there.
Then, it's heating up outside, and the perfect place to be is on a kayak in a stream.
Here we go. Oh yeah, got a jumper.
It's all next on Kentucky Afield.
Such a pretty fish.
Beautiful.
This pond is plumb floated with frogs.
They're everywhere in here. Yeah, this is a good fish right here. Really good fish.
Come here, girl.
Yeah, boy. That's a big rabbit.
Nice job. Yes! Yes! My first muskie. Mercy Leo!
Yeah, look at it. It's a keeper.
There it goes. Boom!
Wow, that happened fast.
Hello, and welcome to Kentucky Afield. I'm your host, Chad Miles. Join us as we journey the Commonwealth in search of outdoor adventure. Hey, the 2020 spring turkey season just wrapped up, and for many people, I heard the birds were not very vocal. But for us, knowing the travel patterns really paid off. Well, it is May, and we are turkey hunting. This year the season come in late. You can tell by how green everything is that this is a very late turkey hunt. Probably not going to hear much gobbling, and be lucky if we see a strutting tom. But that doesn't mean you still can't hunt these turkeys. I'd love to get another bird. I've got one this year, so I got a tag left. I'm gonna set up in an area where I've been seeing a bunch of turkeys. We're gonna do some light calling, but you gotta be ready to go at any point in time. When you got a tag in your pocket and one to burn, I can't let the season go out. I gotta give it one more shot, so hopefully we can get a bird today. The weather turned out to be perfect for a field hunt. We got a lot of sun, we've got some wind. So we thought we'd come set up on a place that I'm pretty familiar with. We hunted last year. Kill him right there, raise his head. And we've hunted at numerous hunts this season. Never got a chance to take one, but this is a great location where these turkeys walk. These field edges are right in the woods, right to this point. So we're set up, we've got 2 decoys out, and hopefully Big Tom comes slipping by. Oh my God, there's a gobble. It's not 60, 70 yards away. Okay, there he is, there he is. It's definitely a gobbler. I was not expecting to hear a gobble this afternoon. Way more interested in filling his belly than he is our decoys right now. He's in range. I just got to get the perfect shot opportunity. All right, when this bird goes behind this tree, I got to move. I got him now. No, hold on. Now he's behind the tree. All right, I got him. Oh my God, what? It's middle of the day. We just set our decoys up, thinking, oh, it's gonna be a beautiful afternoon hunt. I'm checking my phone, haven't made a call, and a gobble right there. We haven't heard a gobble in 2 weeks. This is like a good long beard. I mean, it was dragging a beard coming through there. I'm excited to go take a look. Oh man. Wow, look at this beard. Tell you what, and it is a full-grown, mature bird. We hadn't heard any gobbles in a long time. We thought if we'll set up in their travel corridor and we know where they've been roosting, hopefully we can intersect them. Didn't think they were gonna come through at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And thank goodness this joker gobbled and let us know he was coming. Finally came in and gave us the shot. We're able to put this bird down. I tell you what, later on in the year, it's all about persistence and knowing those travel zones. I want to give special thanks to the Hurst Farm for allowing us to come out here and chase these turkeys. We have had a blast. And I'm looking forward to getting this bird home, getting it cleaned up, getting it on the table. Summertime is here and the weather and water have heated up. For some, that means bass fishing can be a little tougher. You may want to give live bait a try. So this creek looks a little deeper than what we're used to, but today we're doing something that really reminds me of our childhood. This is how we learned how to catch bass.
It is. We would go bass fishing and we'd get up and get our burlap bag, our creek crawling shoes, some old shorts, and go try and get us 30 to 40 crayfish to bass fish with.
We're gonna take a seine and a little net and go through, and you know, like I say, we want 15 or 20. This is a really, really good way to pick up probably a bass favorite food source. If you can come in here and get you a bucket full of these, it's pretty simple after that. It's a hook and a split shot. Let's grab our seine and get after it.
Let's go see what we can round up.
I'll tell you what, let's put a little bit of water in this bucket. I got a bag here that we're gonna put crayfish in. Just give me about 2 inches of water in there, or less. Oh man, that feels great.
Yeah, can almost be a little cooler.
All right, let's just pull it up real quick, see if there's any in there yet. Oh, bluegill. Too bad we're not catfishing today. That would be the ultimate piece of bait right there. It's your lucky day, buddy. I think sometimes if I can get up in here, scare them that way, this is how you really get bunches of them. All right, try it again. There we go. Got about 10. And every one of those are the size we're looking for. One more pass like that and we'll pretty much have what we need.
I think with the first couple passes, we were in too deep of water. You got to find that perfect mix where them crayfish like to get. That was a good run there. Oh, I seen them swimming in there, a couple of them.
Y'all pick it up.
Look at that.
That's a pretty good haul right there.
That's a ball of them.
I tell you, there's a million different ways you can do this. If you get in an area that's really, really rocky and you can spot them and see them, but you can't drag a seine, I just take a butterfly net and poke right in front of them and they'll swim right into the net. Of course, you can always hand grab them. Let's get these things in the cooler, make sure that they're not fully submerged and they can crawl up this burlap and get them to the lake. What do you think?
Well, we've done the work. Now time to see if we can hold up on our end of the deal and catch some fish.
That's right. We're down here at Nolin Lake. We decided to fish this lake because we know where there's some rocks that should be perfect for using these crayfish. Last night what we did is we got a cooler that had about an inch of water in it, and we just draped this top end over the top of the cooler so that they can crawl up out of the water. If you leave them submerged in the water the whole night, they will die, so you don't want to do that. So now I'm going to show you how we're rigging this. We're going to use a 1/0 circle hook and then an 1/8 ounce split shot. Just going to tie this on.
Is our lucky little winner of the day.
We'll tail hook these kind of right in the middle. You don't want it to hang way out because you can almost make it weedless. Now when that thing hits the water, it's going to take off swimming. So when this thing settles in on the bottom, it's got some free range to move around. And then if he decides to go into his natural motion, and that is to hide under a rock, you need to be able to just pick him up out of the rock and let him drift back down. Here we go, got one running right now.
Let me get the net.
I don't think it's that big. Maybe bigger than I thought. Might want to grab the net. Yeah, look at there. Oh, big shot. It's a nice bass right there. Try to let that thing settle in down there around that rock, and I just pick it up, let my crayfish swim back down. Pick it up, let that crayfish swim back down. He just picked it up, never felt him hit it, just saw him run with it. Very, very typical. Now this is a pretty decent bass for Nolin. Nolin's known for a lot of numbers, but really when you start catching 3, 4 pounders, there's a bunch in here. You gotta work through a lot of numbers to get there. But there you go.
Nice fish. There's a fish right there. Oh. I mean, he was all over it. Cast right back over there, Chad.
Like a spot. There we go, spotted bass. Look how pretty. Like I say, hooked right up into the roof of the mouth again.
That was my fish, Chad.
I think this fish did. See that right there, Brian? That's your crawfish.
Yep, right there.
I think he hit your line first, didn't he?
Yep.
I tell you what, that is a size spot that's really good for the dinner table. Get this one back.
Yes, they are. This is a good fish.
There you go. Now, settle down there, would you? There you go, Brian. It's a good fish right there. You got yourself a 2.5 pounder or so there, probably 18-inch fish, maybe even a little better.
Beautiful markings and nice healthy bass.
Right on the bank. That's a natural spot for these bass to be. Typically, we'll catch them out on the deep rocks, but the water's rising, the fish have moved to the bank, and that's a natural spot for crayfish to be hanging out, is in that shallow water.
There's another one running with it right now.
Is that a good fish?
About like the last one, I think.
Get the net. There you go. There you go. Look at that. Where'd that come from?
I don't know.
That fish must have had that and just spit it out. There you go. That's exactly why I use a circle hook. Look where that hook is at. Right in the corner. Nice and easy to pop that hook right out, and doesn't hurt that fish at all. That's why I use crayfish. You can catch everything. I've caught catfish, bass, I've even caught crappie on accident. Just about everything we eat a crayfish.
Yeah, it seems like every one we've caught today, they hit it and you hardly know it, but they come swimming right at you.
Really got to watch your line.
You got to keep it taut. That's when you know you got a good soul right there. Butterfly just hangs out on you.
Here we go. What is that? Look at there. Warmouth. Tell you what, we talked about earlier, that's 3 species of fish now we've caught on these crawfish. If you're a bass fisherman and you throw a jig very much, you will catch one of these. And a jig is imitating a crawfish, so you know that these things feed on crawfish quite often. You really got to make sure that if you're going to just leave this burlap bag up on the deck of your boat, that about every 20 minutes or so, just dip it in there and get it wet and just set it back up there. That'll keep those crayfish alive for a very, very long time. Well, Brian, we don't get out and do this enough. To go out and just give whatever Mother Nature provides you and take it fishing, there's something really cool about that.
I think it's all part of the experience. It's always good to get out with your brother and spend some quality time, and it brings back a lot of memories, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's a good time. Are you looking to get outdoors and try something new this summer? Well, kayak fishing is a great option. Spencer Parker, how you doing today?
Great, Chad. Pleasure to meet you.
I tell you what, this time of year when it's too hot to sit in a bass boat, catching fish in moving water is the place to go.
It's really blown up the past few years, absolutely, and the kayak selection is amazing now. I mean, you can go from $200 kayak up to $4,000 or $5,000 kayak. It's a blast, it really is.
So do you guys have people that will assist, strictly fishermen now? If a person comes out and says, hey, I'd like to take a float and I really want to focus on fishing, you guys have people that can help them out with that?
Absolutely. I'm one of them. I'm just an average Joe. I'm not a professional fisherman. I have a passion for fishing and I have a passion for kayaks. That I love talking to people about kayaking and fishing.
Well, you live in a good part of the state to have a passion for fishing and kayaking, because I tell you, the Elkhorn Creek, it is legendary for fishing.
You can't hardly beat a smallmouth, especially in moving water. There he is.
Got him now?
I think so.
Oh, that's not a bad fish.
No. Oh, they're so much fun.
Here we go.
Uh-oh.
Not a very big fish. That thing came out of the water 3 feet.
Yeah, and he was stripping drag too, wasn't he?
Boy, I'll tell you one thing, it sure didn't take that little tiny brush hog long.
There you go. Oh!
He wanted it too, because when he hit it, he took off and gave me an aerial show. Did you see that?
Awesome. There you go, baby. Thank you.
Guarantee you, he's got a belly full of crawfish.
Uh-huh.
I think it was the second cast in there, and he just popped it.
Put on a show.
You know, this looks like a really good spot. We've got moving water, and it's deep enough to hold a fish. We ought to be able to catch a fish here. Oh, here we go. A little bit smaller fish, but he wanted one of the jigs.
They got some fight to them, don't they?
Boy, don't they? Tell you what, it's super fun catching these jokers. Whoop. He wanted back in. Don't eat my smallmouth. Get out of here. You know, Spencer, this is a little bit unique. Anytime that you're fishing on a creek in the state of Kentucky, if you're standing on the bottom, you're on somebody's property, you're trespassing. But Franklin County have actually passed some legislation that allows you to fish this, right?
Yeah, as long as you gain access with permission or by public means, then yeah, you can wade anywhere in the water.
Here we go.
Oh yeah.
Got a jumper. Nice little 13-inch smallie.
There he is.
You know, targeting these areas right before you get into these riffles and right on the outside of the riffles, man, if you're gonna only fish certain spots on a 4-mile run, that's where you want to look.
That's where you want to be, yes sir.
Nice little pretty smallmouth. Look how big and wide these tails are on these fish. For a fish that size, that's where the power comes, right there.
Very healthy, very strong.
Beautiful smallie.
Got him. I got one too, little guy.
You know, when you get to a spot like this, what makes these spots so good is the reason those fish are sitting here. That's because they're feeding, and that's where the bait is getting pulled. There's fish out here all over, but the fish that are really wanting to eat and make it easy, they're sitting right there.
Congregating right there in that spot. They know where to go.
In these rapids again, we've only caught like 1 or 2 fish today that were not right in the current.
There he is. Felt like he was a little better, but I can't tell in this current. That might be a red eye. Nope.
Nope, smallmouth.
Oh, quick release. I always puts a smile on my face.
Every time. No matter if they're big or little. Now, if they get real big, the smiles get a little bigger.
Oh, yeah.
But they're always fun.
Yeah. Had a friend of mine went to church with when I was about 12 years old, and he invited me to go out to the game farm. I remember picking up a cheap little, gosh, it wasn't even a Zebco, like one of them little Shakespeare, whatever, and going out to the game farm with him, and all it took was that first fish, and I was hooked. No pun intended.
30 years later and thousands of dollars.
Yeah, literally. Yeah.
You want to stop and get out and cast that down from here, or what do you want to do?
We can. It looks like a good spot.
Yeah, I think so too.
Oh, there he is.
There you go.
A little bit better.
That's a good fish. Nice job, man. It's getting ready to get good. Right here. I just got hammered. Oh, just got hammered again. Got him. There we go. About 13 inches, 12 inches. It's all about finding this moving water.
There he is.
Got him?
Little guy.
You got one up out of the current there,
Yep.
Nice. Well, I'll tell you what, Spencer, this has been a blast. You can come out here and, you know, bring small soft plastics or small spinner baits. You can even fly fish and catch them.
Oh, yeah.
We're very lucky in Kentucky to have as many creeks and streams that we've got. And if you're thinking about getting into fishing, or you're a fisherman and you're just looking for more access to more water, this is the way to do it, isn't it?
I have owned a couple of bass boats. I've owned a big pontoon boat. And if 10 years ago you had told me that I would be fishing exclusively out of a kayak, I would have told you were crazy. But it's so much fun. Like you said, you gain access to places you can't in a big boat. And there's something about being in a kayak out here in nature.
You know, in the way that we use these kayaks today, we use the kayaks in a way to get us to the good spots, which was moving water.
There he is.
Get these jokers back in.
All right.
There they go.
Yeah.
Now let's check in and see who else has been out having fun in this week's Ones That Didn't Get Away. Here we have an impressive 8-point buck taken by Jack Bowling, who's 10 years old, and this deer was taken in Webster County. Congratulations. I love this picture. Here we have Elizabeth Johnson with her first fish ever, taken at a Finns Lake at Long Run Park. Congratulations. Here we have siblings Luke and Lydia Slaughter, who took their first deer, both with modern firearms in Ohio County. Nice job. Grant Harrison showing us here that it's never too cold to go out and catch trophy largemouth. These fish were caught on Harrington Lake in November. Nice job. Check out this impressive 8-point buck taken by Chris Buggenstock. This deer was taken in a farm in Grant County. Nice job. Jeff has plenty of reason to smile. He took this nice buck on a farm in Anderson County. Congratulations. Ken Cox took this really impressive buck in Taylor County. This is a 12-pointer that green scored almost 170. Nice job. Check out Drake Childers, who's 7 years old, who took this nice buck, a 9-pointer in Caldwell County. Congratulations. Here is a really large largemouth bass caught by Jennifer Vitito in LaRue County. This fish was estimated to be over 10 pounds and was caught, photoed, and released. Nice job. Todd O'Flynn shows us a unique way to get out there on our WMAs and hunt an area nobody else is hunting. He took this 8-point buck in Trigg County at LBL. Congratulations. This summer, we've seen an increase in boat traffic. I want to remind everyone to be safe and wear their life jacket. And remember, hunting and fishing on private property is a privilege. Always ask permission and thank the landowner. Until next week, I'm your host, Chad Miles, and I hope to see you in the woods or on the water.
I love to fish.
Didn't you feel the same way when you were a kid? What if no one ever took you fishing? Take a kid fishing. Someone did it for you. A reminder from your Kentucky Department of Fish and Wildlife.